chat as well and just discuss it all today. So that's what we're going to be doing today, cooking, chatting and catching up. But that was our Germany trip. It was absolutely beautiful. We had some great food, loads of laughs. So Germany, let's show you my little haul of everything we bought. And we bought one from Wank Mountain, which we had to do. So the other day, as you know, I was rushing out the door because I had a health check. It's such a quick treat. And it does look like something that you would get when you're out and about, doesn't it? I think this is one of the most perfect summer meals. Hi there and welcome back to a new video. It's going to be a lovely catch-up one today. I feel like I haven't spoken to you for ages, but obviously I know you had a video just a few days ago. But I haven't picked up the camera and done this for a few days, so it feels like a long time for me. We've obviously had our Germany trip, so I want to catch you up with that. And I just thought we'd just have a really nice chatty one, a bit of a catch-up. I finally want to make that sauerkraut I've been talking about for ages, so I thought, let's make sauerkraut and have a Germany catch-up. I want to give you a haul on everything we bought, and I'm about to go for a doctor's appointment in a bit, so I thought let's have a health chat as well and just discuss it all today. So that's what we're going to be doing today, cooking, chatting and catching up. So for the sauerkraut, I have got my clean Kilner jar. I've also got a glass weight actually to go on the top of it. I just bought those on Amazon. And I've got some leftover cabbage here. I've also got another cabbage actually out in the other fridge, which I'm going to go and grab. Just a white cabbage. And all it is bits of water and salt. And that's it. That makes the sauerkraut. And it's so, so healthy for you. It's a really, really good food for your gut. Very, very good one. So we're going to make that today. It won't be ready to eat today. It'll be ready like in 3 days plus. The longer you leave it, the more kind of like flavour it gets to it, and sort of like the better bacteria. It's all the healthy bacteria and all that kind of thing. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I've just seen the time now. I do need to go and get ready for my appointment. So I'm going to nip off to the doctor's, come back and catch you up then. I'm home again. Right, let's crack on with the sauerkraut. I'll give you the health chat, I should say, in a bit. I'm just going to take off some of the outer leaves of the sauerkraut, and whilst I make this I will catch you all up completely with Germany. So just in case you haven't seen previous videos, we were going to Germany. It was our first family trip since 2019. I did grow up in Germany, but north. I didn't live down south at all. So I'm just going to cut up all this cabbage and just put it into a bowl. And so I hadn't actually been to the south since I was 15, and I went back to the exact town that I went with my family when I was a child. So I was really excited to go with our kids. So we stayed at the Thistle Hotel at Heathrow, just by Terminal 5 the night before. It was okay. It was very, very dated, but the reason that we stayed there was because it was really, really close to Terminal 5 and we were leaving at 4:30 in the morning. We had a 7 o'clock flight, so we wanted to get there nice and early. So it just made sense because it was so, so close, and we just got on these cute little pods that took us to Terminal 5. It was very, very easy, but we had a really nice meal there, and it was just a really, really nice way, very stress-free way to start the trip. So we were very happy about that. We flew into Munich and we hired a car, and we then drove to Garmisch-Partenkirchen, which is where we were staying. Loved that. It was beautiful, really, really happy. We arrived and it was like raining, and we couldn't get in until a bit later in the afternoon. But that all worked out really, really well. I have vlogged it, so you will get to see everything, which I can't wait to share that with you. But I'll be sharing that after our Disney trip because I'm still editing those vlogs at the moment, so I will pop that on. I think I'll share that afterwards, otherwise it's just going to get a bit confusing. I think if I have some Florida vlogs and then some Germany vlogs, so I'll be sharing that after. But the accommodation was really lovely. A few little things to sort of like mention, which I will do in the vlogs. It wasn't completely as described on the website, which was a little bit of a shame, but the accommodation was in a really, really good location. The kids had their own apartment. I did think it was one apartment. It was sold as one, but they had like their own completely separate apartment, which was fine. They're in their 20s. However, had they have been younger, I would have felt very disappointed. I would not have wanted to have locked them in an apartment on their own. So I think it would have been either them sleeping on the bed sofa in our room, or us splitting, and one in the room with 2 single beds that they had, and one child in the double bed with one of us. I definitely wouldn't have wanted them locked in that apartment on their own. And I'm really surprised that nobody mentions that in the reviews, because it's sold as a 2-bedroom apartment, 2-bedroom apartment with 2 bathrooms. So yeah, and I even felt strange having them locked up in the room next to me. It just felt a bit strange. But we had like a living area, we had a kitchen, we each had our own balcony. It was really nice, but it worked out perfectly for us because obviously they're adults, and then we each had our own space, which is very, very important, I think. But no, it was really nice. Like I said, location was amazing, which we really liked. We had lovely walks, just a 10-minute walk to where the restaurants were and things like that, the bars. We went to Neuschwanstein Castle, which is the castle used in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, and also that inspired Walt with his first Disney castle. It was beautiful, and we had an amazing hike up to the castle itself, which was one of my highlights actually. We did nearly kill Aid. It was quite steep in places for Aid. But it was beautiful, and we did all really enjoy it, and we went for ice cream afterwards. We had spaghetti ice, which I was really excited for the kids to try because it was something that I grew up with, so I couldn't wait for them to try it as well. Right, I think I'm done with this cabbage. I'm going to move on to this one now. Just take the outer leaves off. I had like half already in the fridge, so I thought I may as well use that one up first. I'm not sure how much I'm going to need to use of this one. Yeah, so we went to this town called Fussen, which is 5 minutes from Neuschwanstein. Let me know if you've been to any of these places, by the way. I would love to hear. And then the following day, we went to Austria. We went to Innsbruck, and then on to a little town called Hall, which was beautiful. It was like stepping into an Italian fairy tale book. It was absolutely stunning. It really was. We had lunch there. We could take it or leave Innsbruck. It wasn't our favourite place, but Hall was stunning and only 15 minutes drive away. So we really enjoyed that. The next day was something I was really, really looking forward to. We went up the mountain. The mountain was right behind where we were. It was just like a 10-minute walk to the start of it. And it's called Wank Mountain. That's the name of it. Had some very peculiar comments about it on Instagram when we posted about it. People saying, I'm surprised they have that name. It was obviously named, goodness knows how many years ago. It's not a German word, sorry, it's not an English word, it's a German word. So the Germans wouldn't have known the meaning, and it's not more recent years until social media has become a thing that they're aware of what it also means. And you've obviously got, I think it's the Brits going over and having their photos taken outside the restaurant, which is called Wank House, or going on to the Wank Barn, which is like the Wank train, and all these different things. And so they've now completely embraced it, and like on the cable cars it says I love Wank. So we had a lot of fun with that. That was quite funny, but I went on it when I was 15, and there was obviously none of the funny stuff, because obviously it probably wasn't even a thing back then because social media wasn't a thing. But they've embraced it. I'm surprised there's not more merch. In general, there wasn't a lot of merch where we were. We do like a bit of merch. But yeah, no, it was amazing though. The mountain was stunning. The cable car was quite scary. It was very steep. It's just under 1,800. Would it be meters? I think it is. I might be wrong. meters or feet, I don't know. But it was very good. The views were amazing. That was really, really good fun. And then the next day we went to the most beautiful lake at the bottom of the Zugspitze, which is the German highest peak mountain in the Alps. And our apartment over the balcony, we looked out over the mountains and we could see the Zugspitze. We didn't have time to go up there, unfortunately. It was like a battle, which mountain do we go up to? We decided to go up to the one with the scenic views, the one we could walk around, get a beer and a sausage. There was live music up there as well, so I'm really glad we did that. So we've saved some things for next time. And the lake was stunning, and it was literally at the bottom of the Zugspitze. It was very, very good. But yeah, there's lots we want to do. I'm wondering if I've got enough of this cabbage now. Right, so I've got this. I have got 1/3 of a cup of water, which I'm going to add. And it says 4 teaspoons of salt. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to mix all that in with my tiny teaspoon. I'm going to leave that to rest for about 5 minutes because it's going to start producing its own liquidy brine stuff. So I'm going to leave that for about 5 minutes and then we're going to give it a good old massage. I really love sauerkraut. Anybody else? I've never made it. Can you make it with red cabbage? I can't see why you wouldn't be able to, but you never see that, do you? So I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to leave that for a few minutes. But that was our Germany trip. It was absolutely beautiful. We had some great food, loads of laughs, amazing weather. Something that did inspire us over there, and we've done it since we've come home, was a particular milkshake. So I'm going to make that with you later, which I'm very excited about. Right, I think I'm going to crack on with dinner. Aid's on in a meeting. Let's make some dinner. Shall I show you what we brought back from Germany first, actually? I need to make some dinner soon. My tummy's rumbling. I am so hungry. So Germany, let's show you my little haul of everything we bought. We did bring back an empty beer bottle. So Holly wanted to bring back some beer. Now, what's your thought of bringing back glass bottles in checked luggage? We said no. She thought they would be okay. Even if they didn't break, we were worried about them kind of like the top because of the pressure. She read online that it would be fine. I just didn't want to risk it. It wasn't even her bag. We only had one checked bag between us all. And I just didn't want it exploding in the bag. Would you have done it? Have you done it? What's your thoughts? Beer in a glass bottle in checked luggage. I don't know. Anyway, the bottle's really cute. This was really, really good beer. It's Garmisch Hell, so it's a light beer. And this is what we drank practically every evening. And picked up these bottles in the supermarket, €1.15. Isn't that crazy? It's like, is that about £1, something like that? Nuts. And it was really, really good. And I will be looking out for this in future. We did get one Starbucks mug, an Austrian one. We've already got a Düsseldorf one for Germany, so we didn't get any others for Germany. But we did get Austria when we were in Innsbruck. Look how pretty. The colours are so, so nice. The traditional clothing. We've got some like snow boots there. There's a ski. Oh, that looks like cheese maybe. And obviously cake, coffee, and the sound of music. So that's really cute. I bought 3 bags of these. I thought we might be able to go back. We expected to go back to a supermarket again. The kids were eating ketchup flavoured Pom Bears. They apparently had them when they were in Rome, and they were so, so good. I tried one of theirs and we thought, oh, we'll go back again, and we never got round to it. So I've got 3 bags of paprika chips, which are my favourite. And I wish I'd got the ketchup Pom Bears. If you're anywhere in Europe and you see them, try them. The Pom Bear ketchup are amazing. I meant to get some mustard as well, and I forgot about that. When we were in Austria, I picked up the traditional kind of like beer garden sign. It's a metal sign for the garden, which I thought would be quite fun. You see this loads of places over there in all the little beer gardens. We never actually went to a beer garden because we sat out on the street with our beer. I picked up that, which was fun. That was €10 in Austria. What have we got here? I picked up a packet of Bayern, which is the South Germany area, packet of playing cards, not to play with, but to use for my journaling. And I picked up a little mini cowbell. I might actually pop that up somewhere, but the cows all have bells and you can hear them. It's so sweet, and I love that colour. So I picked up that. That was €3.90. And the cards were $4.50, and there was a sticker in the bag as well. Holly chose a sticker for her laptop, and it got put in with all my flat stuff, and I forgot to give it to her, so I need to give it to her next time. And Louis picked up a Neuschwanstein as well. I also bought, speaking of Neuschwanstein, I really wanted a tree decoration, but I wanted it from the actual gift shop outside Neuschwanstein. I want it in another town or anything like that. It had to come from there. As it was, it's because I wanted the memory. The woman was really rude to Holly there, and now all I can think of is her being rude to Holly. So hopefully that memory will kind of die, and I'll just be left with the lovely memories of us walking to the castle. Didn't like any of the tree decorations. They were just like all flat and wood. There weren't really any that I really liked. So instead I bought a magnet, and I'm going to tie some string to it as well. I did find, I know it's a European thing, but I really struggle that people are very abrupt, and I'd forgotten how direct people are. And I think it's been so long since I've obviously lived out there, and it kind of hit me a little bit. I think we're so used to holidaying in the States, even not in the touristy areas. Even when I visit my dad, which is in Indiana, everyone is so chatty. Everyone asks you about you, and just everyone's lovely. It's complete opposite over there. And I find I really struggle with rudeness sometimes. My brother said to me, it's not rude, that's just the way they are. And I understand that, but I still struggle, and I don't know, I just struggle with it a little bit. But yeah, so that's my magnet stroke tree decoration with the memory attached. And then I picked up some postcards. I was going to send one to my dad actually, and maybe my mum, and then keep one for my journaling. So I thought about that. The castle really is beautiful. We decided not to go in it, which I talk about on the vlog. Let's pop that tree decoration away. How are you with rudeness? Does it bother you? Can you just like shrug it off? I find it really hard, and it plays on me. It sits heavy on my shoulders. I really struggle with it. I'm not the type of person that can just shrug things off. It just stays with me for a while. I picked up loads of leaflets and various bits and pieces for my journaling. As you know, I love to journal. Picked up some beer mats that we'd been using as well. We're actually using those in the apartment where we stayed. They didn't have any, and it felt wrong just putting things on the table, so we had bought back our beer mats, so we used those in the apartment. I've got loads of maps and bits and pieces. The other thing I bought are all our bottle tops from the beers that we drank in the apartment, because I'm going to do a special project with those. So I'm looking forward to that. Is that everything I bought? I thought, oh, mugs. And we bought 2 mugs as well. We bought Garmisch-Partenkirchen, which is where we stayed. They look like they're enamel, but they're not, they're china. And we bought one from Wank Mountain, which we had to do. So especially as the mountain was right behind us. We made such lovely memories there. So that was that. I feel like I've forgotten something. I bought an Innsbruck t-shirt as well, and Louis got one. They were €12 each. There's a fly just coming here. Or is it a wasp? I think it's, oh, it's gone back out. I think that may have been everything we bought. I thought we bought more than that. The kids got some cookies and various other bits and pieces. Maybe that was it. I know we didn't go crazy. What we did though, the following day when we came back, I really missed the kids, and I was so upset, and I just felt really low. Neither of us worked that day. We decided to treat ourselves and go to Waitrose for our shop. I picked up these tinned figs purely because I love the tin. I am going to do something with them. I have no idea what. Fresh figs in syrup. I was thinking about like a fig upside down cake or something. I don't know, what would you do with them? But I want to wash out the tin and use it as a plant pot. I thought it's so sweet. So yeah, I wanted to share that with you as well. I think that's everything. I think that's my haul. If you go to Europe, or when you've been to Europe, what do you like to bring back? Just finishing off the sauerkraut now, and it's been obviously sat in there for a while with the water and the salt. So the last thing you do is just massage it for a few minutes, and this brings out all the juices, and then it's ready to pop in the jar. And it's as easy as that. That's how you make sauerkraut. This then sits in the jar for a few days. It will probably start to be ready from about 3 days, but you can leave it in here for a good couple of weeks. And what you do is tip out all the remaining water, but then you also top it up to the top as well. You want it sat in water, you don't want it being dry. And I have a glass weight then to sit on top to make sure it stays in water. Popping on for a little bit of an impromptu visit. I wasn't expecting to pop on. It is in the evening, it's about 9:30, it's quite late. We've ended up nipping out to Tesco's. We don't usually go to Tesco's, it's not our chosen kind of supermarket. I don't like the really big places, but I wanted to get Louis some bedding. So I'm going to show you a couple of bits that I got. So our youngest is moving into new uni accommodation, and I wanted to just give him a nice new start and all that. So I bought him some new bedding today. I'm so glad that, let me move that away, that's glaring with that light. I'm so glad, oh no, my battery's going. Yeah, I'm really glad. I looked on the website earlier on, and I would have done a click and collect for a particular set. I really liked it. It was dark blue one side, pale blue the other, and it was down to £12. And then we decided just to go to the store and just go and buy a few bits. And the fabric, although it was cotton, felt really rough, so I'm glad that we didn't get it. And I've ended up with a waffle design. Can you see that? We've got a white one from Primark in the kids' room upstairs, on both of their rooms actually, and I really like them. Obviously, when it comes to uni bedding, dark is the way to go. We find that with our daughter as well, because she uses fake tan. We no longer have white sheets, so we have like a deep teal in her room with white duvet set, and for uni it's generally been a dark grey, but I really liked this blue for him. Sent him photos of the grey and the blue, and he chose the blue as well, so I'm pleased with that. And we're I didn't like the navy sheets. Again, they felt quite rough, so we're sticking with the dark grey to go underneath with a little bit of contrast. So, but it feels really soft. It was £19 for the set, so I'm quite pleased with that. We've got boring stuff as well. I picked up some onions, garlic, and a few bits and pieces. I'm also just taking Louis some bits and pieces, washing tablets and all that kind of thing. I saw these. I have never seen, the kids love Converse. They went crazy, like I said, for the ketchup flavour. And I've just seen these barbecue ones in Tesco, so I picked them up for him to try. £1.50, so I didn't think that was too bad. Aid stocked us up on popcorn, and I've bought something that I want to show you that I'm really pleased with. I have had my eye on these for ages. So my brother, when he moved into his flat a couple of years ago, bought this set from Tesco's, and I've always liked it. And I saw it today, and every time I go in there, like I said, I don't go in very often, but whenever I do, I always look, because I just think it suits our house so much, but I didn't need them. And today, everything is reduced. I had a look, and I've decided just to get the big bowls, because we don't really have big bowls. We've got some, but they're a little bit shallow, but I thought these were really nice. And I love the fact that they go with the set that we've already got from IKEA. So this is our set at the moment, and it's got like a dark little edge there. So the two together go really well. It's a really nice contrast. So, and what I didn't like, the small plates and the large plates that go with this, they've got like a little edge, quite a thick edge around, and it's all this colour. and we like to have food like on like the white kind of like cream colour. So we've decided just to go with the bowls. So I'm really, really pleased with those. I think they look really, really nice. But they were reduced to, I think, £2.80. So I was quite pleased with that. So that was my little Tesco's haul. I'm about to make a treat. By the way, you know we live near a farm. Never had a problem before. They've been burning a lot lately. Every single evening. Don't smell it in the day. But literally, you smell it at bedtime. It's been smelling bonfirey, so it's been quite nice. It's a cosy smell. Tonight, however, it stinks. We've just gone around and closed all the windows, and we've got this hot spell at the moment as well. And it stinks. I don't know what they're burning tonight, but it's not a nice smell. They've literally, because we've just been out watering the garden, it didn't smell, and then all of a sudden I've come in, I can smell it. I've looked out of our bedroom window and I can see smoke coming from there. I don't know what they're burning, but it really stinks. I just think that's really off, isn't it? Just not very nice. Anyway, I'm going to make a treat, and I've been excited to share this treat with you. And also, I was just putting the stuff back in the bag to take to Louis. If you've got kids going to uni, I really, really recommend over-the-door hooks, because they've never got anywhere to hang their towels. And they, especially when there's quite a few of them sharing the bathroom, and they end up like popping them over like the wardrobe doors and things like that. So I really recommend over-the-door hooks, because you don't need to like bash anything in. You can just pop them over. So really, really recommend that. So would you like a treat? This is really, really good. Well, ignore the fact that it's late at night, okay? I had planned to do this early this evening, but I hadn't planned to go out and get those bits for Louis, but I really wanted to. Right, let's get the ice cream scoop. So this is inspired by something I had in Germany, so it fits very well with this video, with me sharing all this other Germany stuff. And we went to McDonald's for the ice cream. It was a coffee ice cream milkshake. It was, I don't even like milkshakes, or at least I didn't think I did. This was just like, you know, when you just think, oh my gosh, this is one of the best things I've ever had. That was this. It was a big McDonald's milkshake with loads of caramel, coffee and cream. Oh my goodness, it was amazing. The mountain view while we were sat on the McDonald's roof terrace, sun terrace, helped as well. But I've recreated this since coming home. It was so good that I really wanted to share it with you as well. So these are the ingredients. Ice cream. We are loving this one, this gelato ice cream. Or it's not gelato, is it gelati? I don't know if it's like a pretend one, not sure. But from Lidl, we really, really like it. We have got instant coffee, milk and caramel drizzle. Got my Starbucks cups. You seriously need to try this. We're going to take off the lids. So we've just got the straws in them. These glasses, you know, we bought them a few weeks ago. We use them so often. Really pleased with those. And we're going to make up, I'm going to do this for 2 in the large glass. So we're going to make up, I did 3 heaped teaspoons of coffee. 1, 2, 3. Aid found it a little bit bitter to start with. I loved it. I thought it was perfect. But then as the ice cream kind of melts in, it makes it more creamy. Just mixing it, it's just cold water, it's not warm. I thought I'd done it at 500, but actually it's on 400. I would keep it at that. So mixing this in. Now the other thing I am going to do, this is the fun part. Let's remove the straws. I'm going to take the caramel sauce. I love this stuff. I'm going to drizzle it down the sides of the glass, just for the added extra caramel. I got that in the lid. Oh my gosh, that coffee smells so nice. So drizzle that down. Should we have some in the bottom as well? It is a treat, isn't it? And we had healthy omelette. Right, the next thing we are going to do is take a big scoop of this vanilla ice cream. I love this big soft scoop ice cream. And we're going to pop one each in those. Pour the coffee over the top. That's stirred in nicely. There we go. Actually, maybe I did less coffee last time. I've still got a little bit left. I've got about 100, maybe I did less. So I'm going to pop some milk in there. I'm doubting myself now. We'll top that up with milk. Like that. There we go. I hope this tastes as nice today. I'm thinking maybe I added a bit too much coffee. I've got about 100 there, so I would have done about 300. Maybe I only did 200 last time. I'm not sure. And then some extra caramel. Now, if you were doing this as a treat, you could add whipped cream on top as well, and then the caramel and even some grated chocolate. Don't they look yummy? It's such a quick treat. And it does look like something that you would get when you're out and about, doesn't it? I'm worried this is going to be too coffee-y. It's so nice. That's really good. Really good. I like that a lot. You could put ice in it as well if you wanted. The McDonald's one had ice, even though it was milkshake. I really, really like that. You could even play with it and put like some flavours in with the coffee. Syrup is what I meant. This is so nice. It's just perfect. It's such a good drink. Feels like a real treat. I like that so much. I really recommend making these. They're really good. Let me know if you do. It's like a coffee float, isn't it? Really good. Right, I'm going to say goodnight and I will be back with you tomorrow. Good night. So it's the following day. Louis' bed linen has been washed and he's on the line, and we've made plans to go and see him this weekend. I'm going to make some dinner. It's a very hot day. I'm going to make a really nice dinner that's really good for the summer, and I am going to catch up with you, do the health chat. I'm just going to pop these new potatoes. I'm going to halve them, pop them in the pan with some mint. I'm going to have these with some sweet corn and some blackened white fish. That's become one of our favourites lately, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Really
tasty.
Really enjoying that, and it's so good for you as well. Again, I'm going to need to keep an eye on that because it's very full. New potatoes and mint, and I've got my sweet corn in there. So I'm going to make some blackened white fish to go with this. It is so good. The first time I ever had blackened fish was in the States, in Florida. I had a mahi sandwich in the Grand Floridian in Disney, and it was out of this world. It was so good. And then since I've had like blackened mahi tacos and things like that. So I've tried to recreate that, but with just using normal white fish. I've just bought a bag of sustainable white fish, or sustainably sourced fish, isn't it? And so it's very reasonably priced in Lidl, and that's what I'm using today. And I think this is the third time now recently I'm making this. Ada always laughs because I don't tend to repeat recipes very often, but every now and then I get a recipe that we just love so much and I put it on repeat for the next few weeks. This is one of them. It's really, really good. So I'm just going to take a glass bowl, and I am using paprika, a little bit of cayenne. Obviously, if you'd like a little bit of a kick, add a little bit more. We've got garlic powder, onion, salt. I'm using Italian seasoning and salt and pepper, and that's what gives you the blackened effect. You mix it all up, coat the fish, stick it in the pan. It cooks really, really quick, and that's your blackened fish. It's really that easy. So I'm going to make this, and we will do a little bit of a health chat. I just want to have a look to see how much I'm adding. Keep an eye on those. Anything that you're enjoying cooking at the moment during this warmer phase? Are you finding you're eating a lot more salads? What are you fancying? at the moment. Please do share, and if there's anything that you've never seen me cook and you think I should, I would love to hear. I will include the recipe that I found on Pinterest, so you can go and take a look yourself and you can give this a go. If you don't like fish, you could even try it on chicken or pork, to be honest. But obviously it would need to be cooked longer than what the fish would. I'm only going to do a little bit of cayenne pepper. So the other day, as you know, I was rushing out the door because I had a health check. When you get to 40 and when you get to 50, you have a just routine health check from the NHS. So that's what I was going off to do. I've been meaning to do it. Now I'm going to be really honest with you. I was called for it back in March when I had my birthday. I've been putting off going because of my weight. I was really worried that I would get told off because I knew I was at the top end of what I should be for my height. And it's been putting me off going. And then we went to Germany as well. And so obviously I haven't got any lighter. But I booked the appointment before we went because I knew it was important that I went. I'm just doing this. Let's add some pepper in there as well. So I went feeling a little bit stressed, I will say that, because I didn't want to be told off. I think it bothers me because I wear size 6 to 8 clothing. I'm 8 stone and a bit, and I know I'm at the top end of my weight, and I just think it's not fair. I just want to be like the same like other adults. I don't want to have to stick to sort of 800 calories a day just to try and maintain my weight. I want to enjoy my food, and for me, it's like when I'm really trying to be good, I have to even cut out my latte in the morning. I have to be so careful, live on fruit in most of the day to then enjoy my meal at tea time. Plus, on top of that, I'm doing my treadmill walk in the morning, and I'm doing my sort of like 2.5 miles that we do in the evening, and like a good sort of like 7 miles or so at the weekend. And that's just to kind of like stay on top of my weight. So I find it really stressful, to be really honest, because I really enjoy food. It's very warm in here cooking that. Maybe this isn't the perfect summer food after all. I've got my spices ready anyway, so my fish is ready to go. So yeah, anyway, I went and I did my blood pressure beforehand because in case you haven't been watching my channel that long, I had a big health scare last year. It really shocked me. I found out I had really high blood pressure. I'm talking like well over 200, over, I think it was like over 130 or something. It was really high, and it wouldn't come down. So that's been a bit of a shock to me, and I've kind of been in a bit of a denial about it, and I've tried to even come off my medication, and I realised then that it seems to sit on its own about 180, which is really high, and I don't understand it, or I didn't understand it, because I see myself as a very fit person, a very healthy person. I've never smoked, I don't drink huge amounts, and it really bothered me, and I found that I wasn't really getting any answers from the GP. I found them very sort of like just putting me on medication, no chats or anything, and it really bothered me until I started doing my own research, and I found out that because of the illness I had with our daughter, I was very poorly when I had her, that you're then at high risk of high blood pressure, hypertension in your years to come, and I never knew that. And so anyway, I take my blood pressure now at home. I've been better with my medication, and so I took my blood pressure, and I knew it had been sitting around 120 over about 95. So I went there because I knew it would be extra high when I went for my check. I saw this nurse, and she was so lovely. I just wish all people could be like her when you go to the doctor. I find the GPs, I know they're rushed for time, but it's caused me a lot of stress this last year, and I haven't wanted to go. But she was so lovely. She did all my checks. My weight was actually lower than I expected, which really surprised me. I was happy with that. She was happy with that. She was happy with my blood pressure. I told her what had happened. She didn't even take it. She was happy with the readings that I'd done myself, because I think people there know that your blood pressure raises when you go to the GPs. She did my cholesterol, which was super low. And yeah, and they give you a percentage of what you're expected to have, like if you're like a percentage of like expected to have like heart problems and all that kind of thing over the next 10 years. And she said they like it to be under 15%. Mine was 4%. Mine was so low. She said that was amazing for my age. So she was more than happy with me. I was happy. And she was just really, really lovely. We chatted loads. I didn't feel rushed. And I brought up the high blood pressure thing, and I said to her that it really bothered me when I found out, because I couldn't understand, because I'm a healthy person and I associate high blood pressure with being with overweight, unhealthy. And she said no. She said obviously it can be, but it's also a way of your body telling you that something's not right. And I just thought, why wasn't I told this last year? I've seen 2 different people. I've been back 3 times. Not one person has said that. They've not put my mind at rest. And it was me finding out about my medical history that realised that that's probably, and she agreed, that that's probably what the problem is. And I just thought, I just wish somebody just would have given me the time last year. Anyway, it's good news. I'm very, very happy. I came home feeling like a whole load was lifted off my shoulders. I really did. So that's good news anyway. But my message to you is to go to your doctors. 1, if you're not sure about something. 2, obviously if you're due any checks. I've had my mammogram as well last week, because I got called for a free mammogram, which you do when you start to turn, obviously when you turn over 50. But any health checks, I know we've spoken about, obviously my mind's just gone blank, what are they called, smears. Go and get them done. It's very, very important. Whatever age you are, if you've got any concerns, go and get your checks done. Life's too good, isn't it, to not want to be in your full health, enjoying everything. So it's really, really important. So I should have gone before, but I feel a lot happier for going. I was so worried about it and she didn't tell me off. So that's good. Right, I really need to turn this off. I am so warm now. Come on, potatoes. Right, I'm going to lay the plates up. I'm going to see how that sauerkraut is actually. It's been a couple of days now. It's starting to look good. It's been a very cooky one. Oh, did you hear the gassy bits? Oh, it smells like sauerkraut. Do you like sauerkraut? It does. Obviously, the longer you leave it, the better the flavour. It's so good for you. Making a mess here. You can see it's a little bit like foamy on top. I don't know if you can see that. Probably not. It hasn't got the flavour yet. It's starting to get the smell of sauerkraut, but it's not quite. It has only been a couple of days, hasn't it? I was just excited. We'll leave that a little bit longer. Go and pop it back. Tell you what I will do with you though. I did something else the other day which I didn't film. I made Asian cucumbers. They were amazing. So I've kept the vinegar. We've eaten them all. I've just put them in an old pickle jar that I washed up. Really good. We had them, what did we have them with yesterday? What did I make? We had them with something on the side. Was it even yesterday? I can't even remember. It wasn't yesterday because Abe made an omelette for dinner. That's so weird. We had them on the side of something as a side, and with salad, and anyway, they were really, really good. Really good. All I'm doing, this is a mix of red wine vinegar, bit of olive oil, no, sesame seed oil, soy sauce, we've got chili, and we've got coriander. It just smells so good. It's just such a good flavour. I'll leave the recipe to that down below as well. And all you do is pop in your cucumbers. They don't even have to marinate or sort of like sit in there for that long. The longer you leave them, the better they are. So the ones that we had the other day were amazing, and they'd been in there for a few days. But if you haven't tried this, I highly, highly recommend it. It really lifts a salad as well. You can have a salad and not really need anything else in there. Oh, honey's in there as well. All those kind of like lovely Asian-y type flavours that are just so, so good. I think it's fun sort of trying different recipes. I find that I'm more experimental in the winter months. I think, you know, when you've got your slow cooker and your skillet and all the different things, but this time of year when it's just really warm, you don't always feel like it, do you? But if you can find something that is a bit more summery, it's really, really fun. And I'm just going to pop this cucumber in the same vinegary mix from the other day and reuse it. We won't be eating this today, but it means that over the weekend, if I want to do anything, we can have it then. There we go. I've got my Asian cucumbers, which I'm going to pop in the cupboard. And now I've got my 2 pieces of white fish, and I'm just going to sprinkle over the seasoning before I pop it in the pan, and I've saved enough so that when I flick it, it can be cooked on the other side. Seasoning side down. I've just got a bit of coconut oil in there. And literally just a couple of minutes either side. Ooh. Dinner's ready, babe. Look how good that looks. That looks and smells delicious. I think this is one of the most perfect summer meals. That fish was amazing, and I'm going to take back what I said. It is the perfect summer food. I felt really warm when the potatoes and sweet corn was boiling, and it just goes to show you do not need butter on corn. Lime juice and salt is just so much better. Loved that meal, and we both said it didn't look that much, but it was so filling. We both feel like we've had a really good meal. I'm going to finish now. Ada's clearing up dinner, and I'm about to spend half an hour on my travel business, and then we're going out for a walk and get our steps in for the day. But thank you very much for being here with me. I really appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed this little catch-up video. Let me know how you're doing. Leave a comment below. Give me a little catch-up with you and everything that's been going on with you as well. I'd love to hear. Thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you in a vlog on Sunday. Take care. Bye.